fallout of a flooding disaster that left more than 160 people dead. Fears are growing that the affected areas may become coronavirus hotspots. For more, Deutsche Welle correspondent Janelle Dumalaon joins us now from Berlin. Janelle, good evening. What has prompted those fears of increasing cases in the disaster-stricken regions?
Well, just to give you a picture of how it currently is at the moment, you have a round-the-clock recovery operation to find missing people. Hundreds are still missing, and a big cleanup effort also still underway. You have villages that are still covered in mud. Thousands of people still have no access to water or electricity, and survivors are being housed in emergency shelters where you can imagine that it's very hard to maintain social distancing. And you know, these people, they have lost everything. Coronavirus protection measures really aren't top of mind for them at the moment. And at the same time, you have people who have come from all over Germany to participate in the cleanup, to participate in these recovery efforts. And, so you have a lot of people in the same place at the same time, working shoulder to shoulder. Not the best from a transmission prevention perspective, but of course these people have to be there. And the disaster itself interrupted the vaccination rollout. It destroyed key testing infrastructure. And really all of these things taken together have fueled fears that we are indeed about to see an outbreak in this region.
So how is the situation being handled?
Well, they're still trying to vaccinate people anyway. For example, they're sending in mobile vaccination vans, and officials in North Rhine-Westphalia, which has been one of the states most affected by this disaster, they've been stepping up calls for anybody who can get vaccinated to get vaccinated, with the logic, of course, being that every vaccinated person presents less of a potential risk to the health system. And it also has to be said that really, many people around the country have come in with their financial or their physical support. The solidarity that has been shown here really has been noteworthy. And for the government's part, this week it released 400 million euros in immediate aid for the flood victims. Now, this is meant to provide immediate relief. It's meant to help communities get back on their feet and allow life to continue, basically. But just given the scale of the disaster and the staggering material and human cost, we're really going to be looking at billions in the long term rather than millions. And
you mentioned that cost there. Will German finances be able to handle that dual effort of rebuilding after this crisis and pandemic era measures?
Well, the short answer is that it really has to. Now, one of the things that allowed Germany to deploy financial resources really quickly when the pandemic hit was that for years it had squirreled away money, even to the point of being criticized for underspending. But what a disaster like this has shown is that underinvestment in infrastructure really is not a tenable option if disasters like this are going to be coming again. So this is an opportunity to build back better and stronger infrastructure. Not doing so will cost the German economy more in the long run, and that is just not an option for Germany.
Janelle Dumalaon from Deutsche Welle, thank you very much for your time. After a year's delay and extraordinary efforts to